Sorry guys about that. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys had a very good Christmas. My name is XCWX on the channel. I'm in the reactions. One simple moon, I do a gaming video. Now today's video I'm reacting to evil moms reacting to their life sentences. This is gonna be brutal. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's get right into this video.
Shotgun shells all over the side. There's what? There's blood all over the side.
She's a Fulton County mother charged with killing her two sons by putting them inside of an oven.
Celebrate her homegoing. It's her new home for the rest of her life until she takes her last breath.
Why is
It's
she
going to be
happy?
Florida State Prison.
I'm innocent. You all, you're garbage.
That's a sick person right there. That's a sick fucking person. Sick.
This is Michelle Blair, a 35-year-old Detroit mother of four who's facing charges for multiple murders in Michigan.
I did it. I never tried to say I didn't. I did it, but that does not negate the fact that they were never there for their children. I had to struggle with them all the time. They were never there.
Michelle was struggling to pay rent. On March 24, 2015, officials came to evict her. Shockingly, they found a freezer with the frozen remains of her children, Stoney Blair and Stephen Barry.
Why did you take the decision to pile the bodies on top of each other in a freezer? Why did you do that?
Well, I only had one deep freeze.
She put the kids in a freezer? For what? They're kids. They're kids, man. Sometimes we're a pain in the ass. Sometimes it's hard, but you don't gotta fucking, do that shit. You gotta stick to the lows and the highs. And a lot of the times there's lows, but there's always those highs too. Some people aren't built to be parents. And this goes to her too. Yeah, well, I only had one deep freezer. Cool. Shit. Like, wow, you got a freezer. Like, you're sick, bro. You're sick. You're sick, bro. Sick ass bitch.
How did you conceivably sleep at night?
I slept well.
They quickly called the police, and Michelle was arrested. The frozen bodies were taken to the morgue, and the medical examiner determined that the children had been dead for at least 3 years and ruled it a homicide. But brace yourself for an even more disturbing revelation: Michelle's twisted justification for the brutal slaying. Michelle confessed to the murders of her children, but she claimed that she killed them because she believed they were sexually abusing her youngest son, Matthew. According to Blair, after she discovered the abuse, she tortured Stephen until he died.
There is no evidence in this case that any of the younger children or the younger child was sexually abused. Abundant evidence that the surviving children were physically abused by this defendant.
9 months later, Blair claimed she found out that her daughter Stoney was also sexually abusing Matthew. She then starved and beat Stoney to death in May 2013.
My understanding to get a trial is to get to the truth, right? I'm already saying that I did it. I'm freely giving myself and accepting life in prison. My son is worth that to me. So what I don't understand is, from what I heard today, why the prosecutors are dragging their feet. If I'm already giving myself to you, like, hey, I did this, what's the problem? I'm not going to come back like, oh, I didn't understand my rights. I'm not a coward.
During the trial, Blair didn't show any regret for what she had done, and she stuck to her belief that her actions were justified.
The Dorsey family, down to the mother, to the father, to everybody. I hope y'all live your life well without seeing my child, Gabrielle Blair. You lived well without seeing them throughout their whole life, so live well now. But you ain't got nothing to say to me for what I did for my child, period.
In June 2015, she pleaded guilty to the 2 cases of first-degree premeditated murder and was sentenced to life in prison.
You're therefore sentenced to the Michigan Department of Corrections for the rest of your life without the possibility of parole, meaning of...
Yeah, dude. A lot of shit goes down in Detroit, Michigan, dog. A lot goes down in Michigan.
course, that you will never get out.
However, this wasn't the only time a mom was sentenced to life imprisonment. Take, for example, the case of 53-year-old Kimberly Kessler, a former hairstylist who had been working with Jolene Cummings at a hair salon in Florida when the two had a disagreement. After the disagreement, 34-year-old Jolene...
Yo, she must be on shrooms. I don't know what the fuck she's looking at or talking to. Might be talking to a wall like, hey, you're my new friend for life in prison. Hey, you're my new friend.
Cummings tragically lost her life, and her remains were found in a landfill. After a thorough investigation, Kessler was arrested. However, it was revealed that she had been living for 2 decades as a fugitive. She was charged with first-degree murder. Just when you thought Kessler couldn't sink any lower, her behavior in the courtroom will leave you stunned. During her trial, Kimberly Kessler exhibited disturbing behavior that shocked those present.
Of course, just put me back in my cell.
Ma'am, come back.
I want to get rid of the public defender's office. Jordan Beard is Jolene Cummings' cousin. Jordan Beard is Jolene's cousin. Jordan Beard, Jolene Cummings' cousin. Jordan Beard is Johnson's nephew. Jordan Beard is Jolene Cummings' cousin. Jordan Beard, public defender, is...
Yeah, we get it. Jolene Cummings' cousin. We don't need to fucking hear it 10 fucking times. Shit.
Jolene Cummings' cousin.
Unfortunately, her abnormal conduct continued beyond the courtroom. Prison officials testified that she persistently made vulgar statements, refused to eat, and engaged in unsanitary actions, like spreading feces on her cell windows and throwing it at officials. In the end...
Yo, that's fucking gross, bro. It's fucking disgusting. Throwing feces as... oh my god. Picturing that in my mind's fucking... ew, bruh. Bro, it's fucking disgusting. I'm gonna throw up, dog. That's fucking gross as shit. Who does that? You gotta be fucking insane to do something like that. Fucking gross, dude. People these days.
Kimberly Kessler received a life sentence without parole for the murder of Jolene Cummings. However, let's compare the jaw-dropping reaction of Kimberly Kessler to the astonishing outburst by 29-year-old Julissa Thaler. Julissa is facing charges for the murder of her son. She and her ex-husband, Torrey Hart, had been in a custody battle over 6-year-old Eli. Eventually, she was awarded custody of the child in May 2022. 1 week after, on May 19, 2022, Julissa Thaler reportedly fired 9 shotgun shells into 6-year-old Eli. On May 20th, 2022, Thaler was pulled over for driving a car with smashed windows. The police discovered a live shotgun shell and a bullet hole in the car's back seat.
Shotgun shells all over.
Oh my god. Who shoots their own son? Who does that? That's fucked up. That is so sad, bro. What mother does that to their own kid? Just so fucking sad. These
There's what? Blood all over the car.
They also noticed the blood on her hands and face, and when they inspected the vehicle...
Holy we got a body. Alright, let's cover it.
They found the lifeless body of Eli Hart in the trunk. Julissa was promptly arrested. The true shock...
Bro, honestly, I wouldn't even know what to do in that moment, dude. I would do what the guy did, just like... That's what I would do. I would step away and... because, like... Man, I don't know what to say about this one, man. All I'm gonna say is... She's a fucking demon. She's a fucking just... Oh, dude. This one's the worst, bro. How do you shoot your own kid?
Shock lies not in the crime itself, but in Julissa's jaw-dropping behavior during the sentencing. During the proceedings, Julissa showed no remorse and only said this.
I'm innocent. You all,
No, the fuck
you're
you're not.
garbage.
You're not innocent.
It came to light
bro.
that Eli had been placed in foster care in January 2021 due to concerns.
You're not innocent because they found you in the car. Your back of the car was smashed. They found a body in your car. You're not innocent. You're not. You're not. You're fucking not. You're not. You're guilty. There's no way in hell that you're gonna be found not guilty. You're guilty. So shut up, listen to the judge, and show fucking remorse of your son, which you're not even doing. So just take it. Take it. Just take it. First of all, your life's over, and you did it to yourself. So it's just it breaks my heart that she's not even showing remorse.
About Julissa's mental well-being. Eli's father had previously raised alarms about Julissa's history of drug abuse. After his son's death, he filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Dakota County. In the end, Hennepin County District Court Judge Jay Quam sentenced Julissa to life in prison with no possibility of parole.
You are being sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
However, while Julissa's actions could certainly be dismissed as an effect of drug abuse, the same can't be said for the case of 24-year-old.
Where the fuck is her eyebrows? Where the fuck are her eyebrows?
Ashley Jessup. On August 31st, 2011, she was arrested on multiple charges, including 2 counts of sexually assaulting a child, 1 count of endangering children, and 1 count of pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor. Ashley engaged in sexual acts with her own 10-month-old infant son, recorded them, and then sent the disturbing video to her boyfriend in Battle Creek, Michigan. The case took a turn when a former girlfriend of the boyfriend discovered the horrifying video and promptly contacted the Michigan State Police. Ashley was immediately arrested and held in custody with a substantial $1 million bond.
The state is requesting $1 million cash and surety bond.
Ashley Jessup's emotions were evident as she cried. In the end, Ashley was sentenced to life imprisonment with no possibility of parole for 15 years. Her boyfriend, Jordan Russell, age 24, was sentenced to 3 to 20 years in prison. Meanwhile, the infant victim was placed in protective custody, and his father, Jonathan Vasquez, age 19, is actively seeking custody. However, just when you thought you'd seen it all, another convict surpasses Ashley's strange courtroom display.
She's a Fulton County mother charged with killing her 2 sons by putting them inside of an oven.
Enter Lamora Williams, who's facing multiple charges, including 4 counts of felony murder. The charges were connected to the murder of her 2 young children, Jacarter Penn and Keontae Penn. The horrific incident happened in October 2017, when Lamora Williams made a distressing 911 call.
My cousin in the house with my kids. She just left my kids in the house when I came back from work. 2 of my kids are dead. She left them dead in the...
Sorry, I'm fucking speechless. I'm fucking speechless. She put her kids in the oven.
house by themselves. She left my door open. My oldest baby boy is the only one that's alive, and they knocked the stove on. Can you listen? When I came in, the stove was laying on my front.
When authorities arrived at the scene, they found the lifeless bodies of the toddlers with burn marks on them. The children had been placed in an oven. Lamora was later arrested and charged to court. Her sister and mother noted that Lamora suffers from schizophrenia and has a history of mental health issues.
I just came from the jailhouse to let them know to put her on suicide watch because she's going to kill herself.
Lamora had been in jail without bond since October 14th, 2017. In June 2023, she waived her court appearance. Lamora's case is still ongoing. However, while Lamora's crimes may be attributed to mental illness, it pales in comparison to the unfathomable behavior of Isabel Martinez, whose family had recently relocated from Chicago. Isabel was facing many charges, including multiple counts of malice murder, aggravated assault, and cruelty to children in the third degree. On July 6, 2017, Isabel woke up, seized a knife from the kitchen, and ended the lives of 4 of her children. Tragically, their father Martin awoke and bravely tried to intervene, but he too was fatally stabbed. After her rampage, Isabel placed the lifeless bodies of her family members in the same room so that they can all be together. She cut herself before making a distressing call to 911 to report their deaths, leading to her arrest. Isabel's actions were even more horrifying, as it was revealed that she told each of her children they were going to the sky to see Jesus before turning the blade on them. In court, Isabel pleaded guilty but mentally ill. The extent of Isabel Martinez's disturbing mental health problems was on full display during her court appearance.
Your preliminary hearing. So, here's the first thing that I'm going to tell you, because I am probably the first defense attorney you've seen since she got arrested. And that is, do not talk to anyone about your case. I know there's a lot of distraction and there's going on in here, but do not talk to anyone about your case. These people that you're in the courtroom with here.
Eventually, she received a life sentence with the possibility of parole on 5 counts of murder, a 20-year term for aggravated assault, and 1 month to serve on the third-degree child cruelty charge. These sentences were to be served concurrently. If you thought these reactions were shocking, you'd be amazed at the reaction of serial killers getting sentenced to death.
So you're telling me she has the possibility of parole? The last one is just made me shocked, bro. You cut your family and you say they're gonna go see Jesus, man. You need some help. You need some bad help, and this is just fucked up and just cruel. And like I said in the beginning, some parents are just not. Well, no, some people are just not suitable to be parents, and that's it. Well, guys, if you like this reaction that I did, give it a like, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And until next time I upload, I'm out. Peace.